Hello everyone, thank you for coming back to see part 2 of my blanket. You can see I'm sewing them together and I think it looks really cute, and this is like a really dark blue sparkle, and so I think it just makes it pop a little bit. So you can go anywhere you want to. I've been kind of starting them all in the same place, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a single crochet all the way around. So I'm just going to bury my tail here as I go. And as you get to the top, it will start to curl if you do a single crochet in each stitch. So you could do like 2 and then 1 and 2 at the top. I kind of am doing my own thing and putting as many stitches as I think I need to make it lay out straight. But as a rule of thumb, I'm trying to do 2 in 1, 2 at the top, 1, and then 2 in the next one. So that's what I'm kind of trying to do at the top and the bottom of each one, because I'm going to go around it and do my edge. Now that I've went around all of my pieces, I'm going to sew them together. So what I want to do is I want to put the 2 top holes together, have the right sides together, and make sure that your hearts are going the same way. That's a big thing. And so I kind of just went right straight across, and that's where I went straight across from that top stitch, and I went halfway, not quite halfway, and then I ended it and I started from the other end so that I could make sure that the middles matched, if that makes sense. So I have my 2 right sides together. Now I'm going to open it up and I'm going to want to sew on my right side. So now we're going to just put our wrong sides together. Make sure our hearts are going the same way, because I did one where I didn't hem the right way and I had to take it apart. I was so frustrated at myself. So you can see the ones behind, I've been sewing them together as I go. And I'm just going through 2 loops on one side and then the 2 loops on the other side. So it's basically just sewing right through. And I think it looks really pretty, and especially since it's the same color. So just go in and go through the other side. You can see right where you need to go into. And we're just going to go all the way down. Look at how pretty it looks. It looks really pretty. But like I said, I only went maybe not even halfway down, and then I stopped and I started on the other end because I wanted to make sure my ends were correct. And if I needed to do any 2 and 1 stitches, I would rather do it in the middle than at the ends. So that's how I did it. And I got to tell you, this blanket is working up really fast. Isn't that pretty? So just keep going and sewing all your pieces together. I sewed all my pieces together. I have them all together and it looks really pretty. And so now I want to do a double crochet for my border all the way around. So you can start wherever you want to. And then when you get to this top, oh, look at all those sparkles. They're so pretty. You want to do the same thing. You want to do your own thing. You want to keep it from curling up. So you are going to do 2 double crochets where you feel like it's needed. Don't do too many. I mean, I wouldn't do 2 double crochets all the way around. Maybe 2 double crochets, and because I'm doing 2 right now. And then you would do a single crochet. And I'm not all the way to the top to the middle yet. And I did 2 there, right there at the top, so I'll do 1 double crochet in the next one. Doesn't that look pretty? But if it is curling just a little bit, I wouldn't worry about it too much because we're going to go around it again. We're not just going to go around once. And yeah, that's stuck, and try not to get any hair. I always wash my projects before I give them away, but it's hard not to get cat hair on everything when you got a cat laying underneath of you. So now we're coming to our corner. So I want to attach these two. So I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to go into that for that very last stitch. I'm going to go across. I'm going to go into the next one and pull my yarn through. I'm going to go through the 3 loops and go through 2 loops. So basically I kind of did a double crochet, but what I did was I connected them. That way when I go around the next time, I think I'm going to do another round of double crochets. When I do that, it will start to look straight across. It will be a straight line across. I won't have these half circles at the ends of my blanket. And who knows, I might use a different color. I don't know until I get there. But just keep going all the way around, getting your blanket border on. Of course, you could stop anytime with your border, but I want to make a nice thick border. So here we are again, coming up to that last stitch. So I'm going to yarn over and go in that stitch, and I'm going to pull my yarn through. And I'm just going to go right into that stitch right across. I'm going to pull my yarn through, grab my yarn, take it through 3, got 2 left, grab it, take it through those last 2 and finish that double crochet. And you're going to do that all the way around your blanket. Isn't that pretty? I love that color. It's so sparkly. I don't think you could see the sparkles too well, but it's really sparkly. Alright, so I went around once with my double crochet. I think it looks really good. I was going to go around it again, but I decided I want to go around with a different color. And with this color, I'm going to do the front back stitch. So I'm going to make it really a nice thick border. And I'm going to go ahead and use my white. My What Big Twist and Twinkle. So it has this beautiful glitter in it, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and go around with this, and I'm going to start doing my front and back posts. What happened to my needle? Here it is. And just going to put it on my hook, and as I go I'm going to bury these ones that go to the blue one, this one right here. So put it on. I'm going to start here so I can just go all the way around. And so for the front and back posts, I am going to do it here around these also. I might do several rows, just so I can get a really nice border on it. So let's see here. So I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to go ahead and go into one just before this so I can bury it as I go. So I'm going to do a slip stitch here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chain 3. I don't want them to be too loose. And then I'm just going to go ahead and start with my front and back stitch. So right here with the one right next to this one, I'm going to do a front stitch first. And then I'm going to yarn over. You can see my stitch here. I'm going to go in the back stitch. Now this front and back stitch always makes a beautiful border. Really does. I've done whole blankets, baby blankets with this. I love this as a scarf. I did a tutorial on a scarf. And so I'm going to go ahead and grab my yarn and bring it up. And yarn over. So it's really easy when you pull it apart and you can see. And you can see here, this is where I tied my knot. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in behind this one. Go to the next one. So you can see the whole thing, just pull it apart, yarn over, and you're going to go in, and you're going to go all the way behind it. And pull it through and do your double crochet. It is really simple. I know some people think it looks hard. I thought it looked hard when I first started. It might, you know, like a lot of things, sometimes the first time you do something seems like a challenge. So this one, you can see, I'm just going to take it and stick it all the way through. I'm going to go to the other side of it, grab it, bring it through. And I got to tell you, it's, whoops, didn't do my yarn over, did I? I got to tell you, with this yarn, this nice thin yarn, it really is a lot easier than with the thick yarn. Because just remember to do front, back, front, back. I think it's easier because like right here, when you pull it pulls up so much easier than that thick yarn. So I'm just going to keep doing front, back, front, back. So you can see here where I did my chain 2. I did a front post, back post, front post, back post, front post, back post, front post, back post, front post. Yes, I did 2 next to each other and I tore it apart. Just wanted you to see that I did catch that. I apologize because I am totally not perfect and I catch myself. So when you look at it, you can just see in between, so that you know that you did your back and then your front and your back. And I'm sorry if you're new here. Sometimes I have a hard time talking and doing things. And if you're not new here, thank you for being patient. So I just think putting this white with this beautiful blue that's sparkly is just going to give it a little something extra. And then when I go around it, I don't know if I'm going to do 2 rows of the white. I'm just not sure yet until I go around. You know, some people plan their blankets. I'm not one of those people that plan my colors. I like gaudy, love mixing a lot of my colors together. I don't know, I just like different colors. I like things that don't match. This looks really pretty. I just love all the colors in this blanket. So I'm just going to do front and back posts all the way around. You can see how simple that is. Just pull it apart. And I just want this to be a really nice thick border for this blanket. And, well, not thick wise, but I mean like this. This will be a really cute blanket for any baby. But I kind of went more with the pink and the purple. So this is not for anyone specific. I just made it to add to my blanket collection. So I always like to have baby blankets on hand for somebody that's going to have a baby. So just keep on going. And I guess I will see you when I go all the way around and decide what I'm going to do. So I'm getting ready to go around this corner. And I am just afraid that it's going to start buckling if I don't do more than you know, one in each stitch. So let me see what I'm going to do here. See, I did 2 here. Let's see. So maybe that will be enough. I'm still going to do my front back. Let's see how that comes out. So I'm going to try to just go into each one. I don't really want to add any. And here we are at this point. Pretty excited to get past that. I just want my whole edge just to lay flat when I'm done. So there I go. Pretty exciting. Just gonna keep on going. And I think that looks pretty good. I don't think that looks bad at all. I know it kind of looks kind of crazy right now, but I think if I went around it with another row of white, it would start to look a lot better. So I am going to go ahead and go with another row of white. I think my edge looks good, but I'm going to go ahead and go around with another row of white. So after this row of white and the next row, I will come back, but I'm just going to keep on going. Alrighty, well, I went around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Well, this is my 5th row for my border with this white. I just kept going because I really like the way it looks, but I wanted you to see here that in the corner, what I decided to do so it didn't start going like this is the last row I put 2 back double crochets in the same stitch, back stitches. So now I'm here, I'm going to do a front stitch. And now here I'm going to do 2 back stitches, back crochet stitches in the same one. Just going to go underneath there, pull it through. Make sure I get all of that. It wasn't this hard the whole time. Okay, so I'm going to finish my double crochet. I'm going to chain 1. And then I'm going to do, in the next ones, because I had 2 back double crochets that I did in the last round. And now I'm going to do this one. And in between, I did chain 1 because I'm thinking I want to go around this little baby one more time, but I want to do it in a different color. I don't want to just do it in white. So I did my 2 back double crochets there. And it looks like I have one here. It's my next one. So I'm just going to keep on going now in the order till I come to the end. So I did go around 5 times, and you can see the 4th row I did 2 back double crochets in the same one so that I could make more of a corner. In this back stitch, I really like it. I especially like it with this nice thin yarn. So isn't that pretty? And it is, I wanted wanted a nice wide border, and so that's what I have. So I think I'm just going to go around it with a single crochet now. And I'm going to do it in a color. Just haven't decided what color yet. So when I get that done, I will be back to show you some more. I'm really happy how this turned out. So you can see all the little hearts in the middle run this way. And I did a lot of pretty colors. I was going to put another color here on here just to, but you know what? I just think that'll be too much color. So I really like this. I did 5 rows. And this didn't take very long, but it is summer. And you know how you gotta spend a little bit of time with them grandkids. So I could have had this done a lot quicker. But I think it's beautiful. So I hope you'll watch part 1, how I did the hearts. And then watch part 2 and make one for yourself. And if you made them longer, you can make it a full-size bed. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. I hope everyone is staying well and safe and that you have a great summer. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to be back soon. Bye.